The NFL Combine is where dreams are made and broken. In this video, we will explore which quarterbacks came out on top and which fell short of furthering their goal of becoming an NFL superstar. We would be remiss if we did not start this video off with Anthony Richardson. The former Florida Gator went absolutely crazy at the NFL Combine, setting a modern combine record with a 40.5-inch vertical jump. He followed that up with a 10-foot 9-inch broad jump, which tied for the best mark of the event since at least 2003. Finally, he would wrap up his testing with a 4.43 40-yard dash, the fourth highest among all quarterbacks since 2003. As a cherry on top, Richardson is 6'4", 244 pounds, outweighing the three quarterbacks with faster times by between 20 and 40 pounds. All this testing happened just one day after Richardson told a crowd of reporters that he's been calling himself Cam Jackson since high school, due to how he models his game after Cam Newton and Lamar Jackson. As it was with those two athletic legends, Richardson enters the draft cycle with some questions about his throwing accuracy. He finished at Florida having completed only 53% of his passes. With only 13 starts under his belt, he will need some fine-tuning, but being an athletic freak gives him a good head start. With many evaluators predicting Bryce Young was playing quarterback at Alabama at or around 190 pounds, it was a positive to see the young man weigh in at over 200 pounds at the Combine, proving that he has the ability to add to his frame. At 5'10", 204, and with a hand size north of 9 inches, his easiest comparable is Kyler Murray, who was selected first overall by the Arizona Cardinals in 2019. Murray has gone on to add thickness to his frame, as evidenced if you've ever seen a side-by-side between him and Bryce Young. We would assume that Young is being advised to follow a similar plan of bulking up. We will see how that process is going when he weighs in at the Alabama Pro Day. If we go back a little further in recent history for guys that were under 6 foot and 210 pounds, there's also a size comparison here for Johnny Manziel, Michael Vick, and Russell Wilson. Obviously, those career trajectories are all over the place, but it shows that this size is currently not unprecedented. Young himself is not concerned about the naysayers and respectfully downplayed the lack of size when talking with Combine media. Quote, "I've been this size, respectively, my whole life. I know who I am. I know what I can do." Stroud didn't take part in the athletic testing during the scouting combine, but he was still able to display some of the pinpoint accuracy that landed him back-to-back Heisman Trophy finalist seasons. Scout Daniel Jeremiah was absolutely gushing about his performance on the broadcast. Every throw he's had to make, he's made it, and it's been unbelievably smooth and easy. You couldn't script a better day for him throwing the football. Stroud displayed his accuracy and willingness to test the deep ball throughout the entirety of his senior season. His 9.4 yards per attempt led nearly the entire FBS draft-eligible class and is higher than each of the potential top 10 quarterbacks, including Bryce Young's 8.8, Will Levis's 8.4, and Anthony Richardson's 7.7 yards per attempt. Stroud completed 69% of his career passes for over 8,000 yards, 85 touchdowns, and only 12 interceptions. Admittedly, he isn't likely to do much with his legs at the next level, which hurts his ceiling in the fantasy world and is likely why he skipped the athletic testing. Regardless, he was able to showcase his natural arm talent and could easily become the best pure pocket passer of the 2023 draft class. It was a mixed bag news weekend for Tennessee quarterback Hendon Hooker. Though he was not able to perform any of the testing at the NFL Scouting Combine, he did receive positive medical reports on his surgically repaired knee. Hooker suffered a torn left ACL during the November loss to South Carolina, which knocked him out of the Heisman Trophy contention and has prevented him from building on his draft stock. Though he was able to make it to the Senior Bowl in February, he wasn't able to partake in any of the showcases and was only around for meetings and interviews with NFL teams. While it's certainly good news that the medical report points towards him being able to play by the start of the 2023 season, it's still a know how Tennessee's offense can translate to NFL schemes. Hooker is also already 25 years old, and it remains to be seen how many NFL teams are willing to sink high draft capital into what amounts to be a project quarterback. With a few more months remaining on the shelf, it doesn't seem likely that we will see Hendon Hooker on the field during the NFL season. It's almost difficult to pick a loser at a position that doesn't rely on athletic testing quite as much as the other positions. Nonetheless, if you get leapfrogged by someone because they were such a combine phenom, you can chalk that up as a negative. That's exactly what happened with Anthony Richardson and Kentucky's Will Levis. Richardson is now the betting favorite to go third overall behind Stroud and Bryce Young, which has left Will Levis out of the big three and maybe now on the fringe of falling out of the top 10. The limited testing Levis did provide was very strong, but he did not run the 40 or perform any of the agility tests. What he did do was show his absolute cannon of an arm, and he had the third fastest throw on the day. Levis will have his Kentucky Pro Day on March 24th, and he'll need to wow onlookers to jump back in the mix as a top 3 option. He's shown that he has the prototypical size that they're looking for at the next level, but he's going to need to provide reasons for his future boss to overlook his 23 interceptions over his final 2 collegiate seasons. That will wrap up this portion of Combine reactions, but make sure to watch this video for more Combine winners and losers.